What's up, guys? So tonight I'm going to talk about everything, why I chose to do what I'm doing with the car, the engine, and also how I got the car. So I've heard a lot of people talking why I'm making the decisions I'm making with the engine and the car. People are saying like I should have just thrown the LS into the 240, or I should have just kept the engine, the KA, in the 240 and just drifted with that. And a lot of bullshit that is just, I think it's ridiculous, to be honest. So, I mean, I guess let's just start off on the fact that when I got the 240, I got it from a guy in Boston. And when I looked at the car, it was pretty shot. You know, it had the KA24 in it, stock engine. Basically, the car was stock. But here's a big issue: the previous owner got T-boned, and he probably, I don't know, maybe caked on like 3/4 of an inch of Bondo, and this whole panel is just bashed in. So he tried pulling it out, and it just looks like absolute shit. So I went out and I picked up one of these. Well, I cut it off a S14 parts car. But anyways, back to what we were talking about. So I noticed when I got the car, I noticed it was pretty shot. I drove it home from Boston, but it's like, it's a typical, you know, New England car. It's gonna have some rust, but I actually didn't think it was gonna have that much rust, as you've seen in previous videos. Lock the car. There is a shitload of rust and rot. So, as you can see, the floorboard, there's a hole in it. Same with the other side. So, the rockers are gone. There is so much rot in this car. A normal 240 owner wouldn't even save this car. Like, I actually enjoy doing the fabrication work. I want to do this, even though, I mean, the frame rails are fine. The rear frame rails behind the rear subframe are what are basically shot. So, I mean, I guess I'll cut those out, replace them. I want to do all that work because I enjoy doing it. This is a project car. I'm not in any rush. Everybody was saying, like, why didn't you just keep the K in it and drift it like that? Well, one, because it's automatic. You can still drift with automatic, but I just don't enjoy, it's not as fun. KA, no power, no fun. If I were to transfer it over to a manual transmission, I would just be clutch kicking every second, and that's not fun. I'll show you guys a picture of the car, how I got it right now. And I'd say with the LS, the previous owner had a huge supercharger on it, so I didn't want to put the engine in as is. Like, the guy put the stock intake back on, and that's how I got it. I don't know what that motor has been through, so that's why I took it apart. I'm rebuilding it. I already bought the piston rings and all the bearings for the engine, so I can, what my plan is to do is I'm going to send the block to the machine shop, I'm going to send the crank, and I'm also going to send the heads. I'll show you a picture of the supercharger right now. This is a project car. I want an LS1 S14 240SX. That's what I want. I want to rebuild the entire thing. That's what I want. I don't really give a shit what all you other people have to say about it. That's what I want. That's what I'm doing. If I really wanted to drift that bad, I would have bought like a $500 E36 or something, just quick, so I can drift. I don't really give a shit about seat time. Doesn't matter to me. I have a daily driver. That's my seat time. So I could care less. Building this car is a big thing for me because I've never built a car. I've never done anything with the Mazda. I had coilovers and an exhaust. That's nothing. This car, I'm actually going to be stripping it down to bare metal, everything. I even have, you guys saw I took out the rear subframe. The e-brake cable is still connected, that's why I haven't dragged it out and looked at it yet. Everything I want welded, fabricated, replaced, whatever. I'm gonna do these holes where all the AC went and, you know, like the blower motor. All the rust, every speck of rust that's on the car, I want gone. I want replaced. That means all of this underneath, the rockers, the floorboards, I'm replacing. The rear quarter panel, I'm getting a roll cage. All this stuff I have to replace. I'm having a buddy do it while the cage and all the fabrication work is going to be going on. Like I said, I'm sending the block, crank, and heads out to the machine shop. And while that is happening as well, I'm going to keep buying parts. I'm going to buy suspension parts. I'm going to buy LS parts. I'm just going to buy a shitload of parts so that when the block comes back, we can start putting it back together. I can start building the engine. And when the cage is in and all the fabrication work is in, I'm going to paint the car just so it's painted so the bare metal doesn't rust and whatever. So at the end of all this, I plan on having a caged drift car with an LS1. I'm aiming for about 450, 500 horsepower. I want it to be a street car and drift car. Yes, it's going to be a shitload of work, but that's what I enjoy out of it. That's what I want to do. It's a project car. That's what project cars are for. So I plan on having this car done, driving, painted, body kit, all that shit is going to be done by next spring. May, June, beginning of summer. So that's the plan. I'm going to remove the e-brake cable from the rear subframe. I'm going to take that out, look at it, see how the condition is. I already saw the bottom of the rear subframe, so I plan on getting that sandblasted and then repainted because there's also rust on the subframe. I mean, even look at this. There's a hole straight through the wheel well. Got some light for you guys now. So, see here's some rust. Here is the rear frame rail. So if you see, there's a huge hole right next to where the subframe is supposed to go in, which is a little sketchy. Alright, so we pulled the rear subframe out. So now we're going to take a look at it. It's very, very dirty. And there's some rust. There's a lot of rust actually. So what I plan on having is it sandblasted so then we can repaint it. I'm going to get solid subframe bushings and solid diff bushings. I'm also going to take the gas tank out. I'm going to clean the entire inside. I'm going to replace it. I plan on running 93 pump fuel. I was thinking about doing E85, but I'm not about that. So we'll just do 93 pump gas. Alright, so that's all for tonight. I don't plan on doing anything too much tonight because I do still feel like shit. I've been sick the past week. I've had strep throat. So, as always guys, please, please, please subscribe, like, comment what you think. Let me know what I could do better in my vlogs. And don't forget to share. But, thanks guys.